As the college football season prepares to get underway, the University of Southern California is also preparing to face yet another athletics-related scandal. Authorities at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, where the Trojan football team plays their home games, have announced that they will require students to show ID before being granted entrance into the games. We visited the Office of Public Affairs and went to speak with Alex Borbkelheide to find out a little more about how the students are reacting. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a hold of Alex, so we spoke instead with Jackson DeMoss, the editor of Comline at the Annenberg School for Communication. Jackson has been a lifelong Trojan fan, as is evidenced by his elaborately decorated office at the Annenberg School. While Jackson did some PR work, he talked to us about how he felt about the new ticket policy at the Coliseum.
I think it's a good idea because there's people who will crowd the student section, and if there's nowhere to sit for students in a big game like a UCLA or a Notre Dame, then where do they go? I can imagine that it would cause a lot of problems if people were not. You're distracting me.
Just reacting. So are you saying that it really doesn't matter, that it's not going to cause an uproar for students to all of a sudden be showing their IDs to get into games?
Well, students are supposed to have their IDs on them anyway, so I don't think it should be a big deal to have to show your ID to get into a section that's meant for only students. I think the only people who should be annoyed about it is people who are trying to sneak into the student section without IDs.
Well, what about the student's constitutional right to not have to show any stinking badges? Is that completely out the window now? Is that what you're saying?
The last I heard, students didn't have constitutional rights to not have to show a sort of ID if they're going to be going into a private property place where they don't have to go unless they want to. This is so awkward.
Well, using this flip camera is kind of awkward.